Hey, what up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you. Yesterday was the UFC 197 press conference, which is going to be headlined by Conor McGregor going up against Rafael dos Anjos. And basically, this was the Conor McGregor show. I guess the plans went out the window. I know that Dana White promised Conor McGregor that if he beat Aldo, he would be able to have a title defense, which would be held in Ireland, in that park that holds millions of people over there. Conor McGregor, one of his lines that he said yesterday that he was a real Ireland guy. He cashes his checks in America and then he takes them and he turns them into euros and he heads back to Ireland. He's not like Rafael dos Anjos, who basically says he's from Brazil, but basically when they go down there, they have to get Dos Anjos a hotel room because he's a fake Brazilian. There was thousands of little clips from Conor McGregor. I don't even know if Dos Anjos ever got a chance to talk. But Conor McGregor, who will be moving up a weight class in order to fight Dos Anjos, trying to become a two-time, at the same time, UFC champion. I don't know if I'm saying that, the way that they're really hyping it up, but having a belt in two different weight classes. I know that there's a lot of things going on with the testing, and basically because of the fact that you can't cut weight and then you use an IV bag to sort of, pump yourself back up and get yourself into fighting shape. And there's a lot of people who say that's the reason why Aldo went down so fast in the McGregor fight, was basically that due to not having enough water in your system, not having your body, adjusted back to fighting weight or fighting shape, I guess you can say, that there's a lot more knockouts since they've started the new testing and the new stipulations and rules that go along with these fights. But I don't know. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan, but for him to move up a weight class, I think that this guy is a bad motherfucker, and it's hard to pick against this guy. The way he runs his mouth and he builds up the game. I know there's people out there that love to watch his fights, hoping to see him get knocked out, and someday that might happen, but Dos Anjos is a bad motherfucker, dude. Dos Anjos tore apart the Pettis. They had a good fight. When was that fight? That fight was like back in March. I believe it was at UFC 185. And I don't know. And this is going to be a hard test for Conor McGregor. Definitely he wants to push himself. And I know there's going to be a lot of new rules in UFC. Basically, UFC is going to be telling you what weight class you're going to be fighting in. No more of this, I'm going to live at one weight and then I'm going to fight at another. I believe that due to the new regulations, you have to live your everyday normal life. Well, basically, they will come test you and weigh you and see what weight you're at. And I believe you have to be 9 pounds from your fighting weight. So they don't want people just having massive cut downs during their camps and things like that in order to get ready for this fight. But I'm ready for this one. I see that, this fight's going to be happening March 5th. It's going to be happening in Las Vegas at 197. And the plan is for Conor McGregor to headline UFC 200, which would be in July. And I know that Conor is a huge draw for UFC right now. I know with Ronda Rousey being off doing her movies and trying to find herself since her loss to Holly Holm. But I don't know if this Dos Anjos fight goes long. I know that McGregor said that he wants to beat the ugly out of him in 2 rounds, but more than likely when it comes down to it, Dos Anjos is a fake Aldo, and he'll knock Aldo out. He'll knock Dos Anjos out just like he knocked Aldo out very fast in the first round. If this fight goes long and McGregor takes damage, I don't know how you're going to have this guy turn around to fight at 200 in July. It just seems like a really fast turnaround for a fast fight, but I know Conor wants to. He's a lot like Ronda Rousey was. Ronda Rousey said she wanted to defend her championship as often as she could. She wanted to make money. She knew that this train wasn't going to last forever, so she was going to make it while she could. Also on this fight is going to be Holly Holm, making her first defense of the championship. She's going to be going up against the person that basically should have had the fight against Rousey, Miesha Tate. She was really wrong. She didn't even find out from UFC. She found out from SportsCenter that the championship fight that she was promised was not going to be going down. But basically, Holly Holm versus Miesha Tate is your undercard for this one as well. I see some other names that I know on here, but this should be a good one. UFC 197. See you guys down the road.